All right, if everybody wants to go ahead and find their seats, we're going to get started. Is it on? I can talk louder. Is it on? Testing. Now is it working? Oh, yeah. Okay, there we go. So if everybody wants to just go ahead and find their seats, we're going to go ahead and get started. Sounds. Oh, yeah. Thank you. All right. Gaveling in. That's actually kind of fun. Okay, so we have morning announcements. Checkout time for the hotel is 11 a.m. So if you need a little bit of time, I guess I don't remember what the agenda has or where we're at, but just make sure. And I was able to check out on my phone, like do it. I don't know. They sent me a text message. Let's see. Bidding on the flamethrower, the quilt, the political signs, and whatever else is over there closes at the end of business today. So if you would like to get in and, I don't know, maybe participate with that, just make sure you get your bidding in before the close of business. Let's see. Petition sign-ups are still in the back. I will chase everybody down this hallway before you leave today. So please do it by yourselves. And if I don't, you sneak out somehow, you're going to get a phone call. So I'm just going to ask everybody. That's the way that petitioning season is. It's annoying. Yes, I know. Blame the government. After we're done with close of business, if people want to stick around and help clean up, that would be very helpful. We are also going to do a photo for the candidates. So stick around for that after close of business. Yeah, no, I was trying to think of something witty to say in response. I got nothing, though. Hoodies are fine. And then, yeah, so the last thing is we have some awards to do. Oh, where did I put those? So for the Libertarian of the Year, this person has done a lot of solo work for the last year on helping keep his community accountable and finding things that people may have overlooked, and then, running and like going and showing up for things. And we really appreciate it because that's what we need. Like that actual like grassroots, independent, just you see something where there's a problem and it needs a solution, and we're the solution. And so we really love it when people take that type of initiative. So Brian Paulson. Yeah, go ahead.
Yes. So the thing is that there's plenty of stuff for you to do in your, a little taller, in your communities. And it's very easy because it's right down the street, right? So you don't have to drive to St. Paul. You don't have to drive anywhere. Just find stuff in your local area, in your schools, your counties, your city, wherever it may be. And then like today, after this, I'm going over to a petition drive in Owatonna for a $65 million police station they're trying to build. So, and I'm just going to give them some tips, on what to do and how to do it. So just keep getting out there and do the stuff. You don't need to get permission, just go and do it. So. Yeah.
so this other person also, I love it. Oftentimes people are like, they come and they say, you know, what can I do? I'm like, you know, when you see something that just needs to be addressed, our community there's a few of us doing a lot, and we can't possibly address everything on our own. So when somebody comes and they're like, hey, I see this and it's a need and I'm just going to get it done and do it on my own. And this other person also does this all the time. And I love these type of people because, you know, you know, you guys are trailblazers. So that's what I'm trying to say. I haven't had enough coffee yet this morning, so trying to come up with something nice. But Clinton Toehill, oh, there you are. Yeah.
So I'm a man of few words with speeches, so thanks.
And then we did have a third award, but this person was unable to actually make it to our convention for the awesome porcupine, Eric Helsted. And we'll make sure he gets it. And if you're watching, you know, you have an award, so good job. All right, so I think that's all for announcements. We need to do the members that credentialing. Okay, so 21 voting members in the room, majority is 11, 2/3 is 15. Thank you, Joey. All right, so what's on our agenda for today? JC elections. So we have 3 open seats. There's 5 members on the JC. And we do this 2 in other years, 3 this year. That way they don't all get reelected or elected in the same years. The JC's job is if somebody makes a bad decision on the executive committee, then there is a method for you guys as members to be able to address it if it's against our bylaws. And we believe, obviously, in not acting in a corrupt way and transparency. And so, therefore, having an avenue to be able to address that is vital. Where the other political parties actually don't have this. So this makes us somewhat unique. We have 3 open positions. So I will open the floor for nominations. Yes. Yes. Maybe. Hold on. Do you remember? You're staying on the committee? Okay, so Carrie Locke, do you... Okay, so Carrie Locke and Chip Tangen on the JC. Yes.
Is there a limit as to JC crossover with executive committee?
Yes, I think it's 3 seats.
And there's also a seasoning requirement.
What's the seasoning requirement? Okay.
You're not on the executive committee.
Neither Carrie nor Chip currently are on the EC.
Can be crossover for the remaining 3 seats. I nominate Jim Longstaff.
Okay. Joey nominates Jim Rongstad. Jim Rongstad declines. Chip.
I nominate Jim Rongstaff.
Chip nominates Jim Rongstad. He still declines. I think if you try it a 3rd time, though, he might say yes. TJ. TJ nominates Jason Cleats. Jason accepts. I should write this down.
I nominate Toby Leonard.
Okay. Joey nominates Toby Leonard. Toby accepts. Anybody else? Joey nominates Anita. I think in the last few years, the JC has only been used once.
So you got the most experience.
Oh, Anita says yes. We'll try to make good choices, Anita, for your benefit. Anybody else? All right, closing the floor for nominations. Shoot, I haven't had enough coffee. I know your name. Nick. Sorry. Nick made a motion to move by acclamation. And then who seconded it? Clinton seconded it. I forget my kids' names too, so. All right, any objections or need for debate on that matter? All right, seeing none, all in favor say aye. Aye. All opposed? Hearing none, motion carries. Good job. Oh, we put aside entirely too much time for that. All right, so. Do you guys want to do a speech? No. Okay.
By the way, the seasoning was 12 months wood trail.
Yes. Yep. Okay, so bylaws committee elections. We have 5 open seats. And we did pass the bylaw change to recombine the bylaws, but that's not effective for a while. So that has nothing is effective in the decisions that we made until close of business today, which doesn't take place until next year at convention. So we have bylaws committee elections, 5 open seats. And then automatically chair and vice chair are also on that board. So it's technically a board of 7. So opening the floor for nominations for bylaws committee. Joey nominates Bill Sorensen and Bill declines. Nick nominates Chip. Chip accepts. Okay. Chip. Charlie, do you accept? Charlie says yes. Chip. Okay. Yes. Okay. Chip nominated Jim. Jim said no. Oh, Charlie?
I nominate Eric Train.
Okay. Charlie nominates Eric. Eric says yes. Jason. Joey says yes. That was Jason nominated Joey. Yes. Yes, Chip. Chip nominates Clinton. And Clinton says yes. All right, anybody else? Jason? Jason nominates Carrie. Carrie says, Carrie declines. Anybody else? All right, closing the floor for nominations. We have Chip Tangen, Charlie Kuklins, Eric Train, Joey Gamache, and Clinton Tohill that have accepted nominations, and there is 5 open seats. Do you guys want to do speeches? Jake. Jake makes a motion to approve by acclamation, and Keith seconded it. Do y'all want to do speeches? I'm seeing a whole bunch of heads nod no. Okay. If you want. All in favor say aye. Aye. All opposed? Motion carries.
Well, we still have LP National.
All right, so down to the LP National Convention, we have 17 delegates slots and 8 alternates.
It's updated.
Yeah. Yeah, that's fine.
All right, so I have permission from the chair to speak on this just for a couple minutes here. Yes. So this year, the national convention is still during our petitioning window. This party's top priority is petitioning, not the national convention. I'm not saying you can't go or you shouldn't go, but that's not going to be the party's priority. So it would really just be nice if everybody were to stay focused on what the party's goal is here. But I trust your judgment. So that is all.
Okay. What Nick said is true. In the years past that we have had to petition through the national convention, there was one year we didn't get anybody on the ballot. And last year, honestly, we struggled to get all the petitions just for the one petition that we were doing. So.
Just a point of parliamentary information.
Sure.
As Nick mentioned, the other elections have been by acclamation. Our bylaws explicitly prohibit voting
Okay.
to approve all for acclamation for this specific position. For delegates to the national, it says that it shall be by secret ballot, and NOTA shall be an option on the ballot.
Okay. So, because he wasn't at the mic, I'm going to say it. Repeat this for the people that are watching. Our bylaws specifically do not allow for vote by acclamation for delegates to the LP National. So for people that do want to go, just know that it's fine. Nobody's going to hold it against you or anything like that. So, but for those of us that are, we have 3 statewide candidates. That's going to end up being roughly 7,500 signatures in 2 weeks. That's a really big bite to take for us, for our group. But I do believe that we can do that. We have a plan. There's a strategy in place. Things are in motion so that the people that do want to go just know that we are prepared whether everybody stays behind or not. Okay? So in that spirit, we'll open the floor for nominations for the LP National for delegates. Chip.
I nominate Jim Ronstadt.
Jim, do you accept? All right, Jim accepts. I told you if you just keep asking enough, he'll say yes. I think it's 1 vote per person. Is that, yes? Sorry, I know your name. Keith. Keith nominates Jake. Jake, do you accept? Sure. So Jake says yes. 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 people may nominate themselves. Okay? And if you are not sure right now, the EC can nominate you, and there's plenty of time to go to national if you make the decision in between now and then. You don't have to do it here. The EC can appoint. So just so you know. Anybody else? Jason? Joey? Okay. Jason nominates Joey. Joey accepts. All right. Sarah? Ooh, it's the Memorial Day weekend. Whatever dates those are. And in Grand Rapids, Michigan. Anybody else?
Yeah, it's May 22, which is a Friday, through and including Sunday, May 24th.
So, and our petitioning window opens May 19th. All right, anybody else? Going once, going twice, closing the floor for nominations. All right, so at this time, even though we have 3 names and 17 openings, we do still have to do the ballot. So this will take a little bit of time. All right, update to credentialing report. We have 22 members present. Majority is 12, 2/3 is 15. Yes.
Could I explain for the benefit of the
Mhm.
attendees how the NODA works?
Yes, if you want to do it from here, that'd be great.
So this is just a point of information how the voting works, and this is outlined in our bylaws. For this kind of election, you can vote for as many delegates as there are positions available, which was 17 plus 8, I think. And we actually only have 3 nominees, so you can vote for 1, 2, or 3, however many you want to vote for. NODA is always an option on the ballot. NODA means that you don't want any of them to go. I'm not recommending that. I am only explaining how that works. And be careful, if anyone votes NODA, be aware that you cannot vote for some number of candidates and NODA also. If you do that, it invalidates the ballot, and we will not count that ballot. We will just set that ballot aside. So you can vote for any one or all of the candidates that we have nominated. Or you can vote for NODA, but you cannot do both, okay? If you vote for NODA, that's a valid ballot. If you vote for 1, 2, or 3 of the candidates, that's a valid ballot. But if you vote for any of the candidates plus NODA, that invalidates the ballot. So just be careful on how you fill those out.
Yep.
So I want to speak against NODA. Don't vote NODA. Honestly, don't vote NODA. But I also want to encourage you to vote for all 3 candidates. The reason is if they don't get a majority of the vote at this election, they are barred from being considered by the executive committee. I think that you'll verify that with me. That's correct. Yeah. So it's important. Don't just vote for one person. I encourage you to vote for all 3.
No. requirements for national delegates from here on out is all J names. All right. Somebody want to offer, because we have time. Do you guys need to like check out and go to your rooms? So maybe what's next on the agenda? At what time officially? From 11 to 12? Yep. All right. Clinton makes a motion to recess for 20 minutes. Okay, sorry, didn't hear. I saw Jake's hand though. 20 minutes. All in favor say aye. Aye. All opposed? All right, motion carries. All right, if everybody wants to go back to their seats. We saved the best of business for last. Oh, actually, where's my packet? Joey, do you have the... Oh, TJ does. All right, that's why you're sitting here. Come on up.
Okay, the results for our delegates to the National Convention are as follows. With a total of 22 ballots cast, 21 votes for Jim Rongstad, 21 votes for Joey Gamache, 20 votes for Jake Dahl, and 1 vote for Noda. That's it. We thought it was a joke, but that was it.
21 for Jim, 21 for Joey, and
20 for Jake, and 1 for Noda.
Thank you. All right. Eric, who do you want to do the platform? Go over. All right, Bill. Go ahead. And this is the last thing on the agenda, right?
Greetings, everyone. So, you can all find, hopefully, a copy of the platform proposal on your table. The markup starts on page 8. So this, Joey and Clinton did a fantastic job putting this together. Just want to say thank you to them. I really dislike the current platform, so I'm here to encourage you to vote in favor of this change. The existing platform, when you read through it, it reads like excerpts from a Coke-fueled manifesto. And the new and improved version puts things, it's roughly the same content as the existing platform, but it's in a much more consistent style. It reduces the word count a little bit, and it makes it read like a much more coherent document. Frankly, it does not go far enough. I will be on the platform committee for next year, and regardless of whether this passes or not, there will be more changes eventually, hopefully. But I strongly encourage you guys to vote in favor of this. The only real substantive change, I believe, is on page 20, at the top of page 20, where we do clarify our immigration stance in what I believe is a relatively non-controversial way. Anyway, and I will field questions. I'll let Joey and Clinton talk if they'd like. Any questions on the proposal? Any concerns? I'm hearing none. I will let Rebecca take it over again.
All right, credentials update. We have 23 people that are voting members. So majority 12, 2/3, 16. Does anybody have questions about this? Jim? What page are you looking at, Jim? Page 9? Do you want to come up and speak on that at the microphone? Okay. I'll leave my copy up here.
Basically, all land has been taken by force at some time or another. So if you have heirs in there, you open up a can of worms. Where do you stop with heirs of property? I mean, anybody who owns property in the United States, well, the land was taken by force from Native Americans, who probably took it by force from somebody else. I don't know, I think it just opens a can of worms.
All right. Anybody else want to come and ask questions or speak on a matter? Floor is open. No motion is in place at the moment. Joey, are you coming to speak? Oh. Sarah? Sure.
So the question was raised, if we address anywhere refugee status. That's something, especially for us in Minnesota, we deal with. So it was just that question of that refugee status and how we look at that. So.
Okay. Joey, is there a page for refugee status? Toby?
May I make a procedural recommendation?
Sure.
We go page by page through this and go, let's start with 8 and 9, and each change, just go individually through those. Just move them through first. Second.
Was that a motion?
Was not a motion. My bad, sorry. It was a suggestion, just to logistics to get through this discussion.
Okay, so the suggestion is that we go through this not necessarily line by line, but section by section. Instead of voting on this all at the same time. That would mean...
Well, the drafters of the proposal wish that were not necessary.
Okay.
I don't think that's the intent of Toby. Not to vote on them individually, but to just read through them.
Oh. Just,
This section.
yeah, have a discussion.
Any discussion on this section.
Right.
Discussion on this section.
That's fair. Right, so no motion in place, but have a discussion about each section. Maybe we give it a couple of minutes for time. And then, but knowing that to be able to get through all of this, we do need to move on from each one a little quickly. Yes, Keith.
I would like to make a motion to adopt this proposal as it's written, with the opportunity to speak for or against it.
Okay, so motion on the floor to adopt proposal. Second. Clinton seconds. Open for discussion. Yes.
Is this a majority or a 2/3 vote?
It's 2/3, and 2/3 was 16, right, Joey?
Yes, the number that I said a minute ago.
23 is in total, then 12 is the majority, 16 is
16 is 2/3. Okay, so that's what we need. All right, so now the floor is open to come and speak in favor or against.
All right, so reading through the proposal, I went ahead and made the, whatever it's called, to vote on it. And the thing is, I know the guys that have worked on this, I know they've put a lot of time and effort into it, and it might not be perfect, but it is also kind of a point we can get to move forward as we continue to improve things. We're not going to make it perfect sitting here in this room today, you know, but there are people who really are into this kind of thing, who put a lot of time into this, and I respect their efforts, and I think that it would be a good idea. We've all had the chance to read it, to go ahead and we can vote our opinion.
Anyone else?
I'll speak in favor for it, of these changes. You know, not to repeat what Keith said, but I know the folks that have worked on it put a lot of time and effort. One thing I really like about this, it puts it in a more plain language, at least for me, because the previous platform, and I know it's kind of the thing of platform bylaws committees, to make things really wordy. And I like how it's broken down into bullet points, because interacting with regular population like I do in a regular basis, it's TLDR for a lot of it. And I thought this breakdown was pretty straightforward, easy to read, and not going to put me to sleep. But like he said, is it perfect? Probably not, because there's nothing that's ever perfect. But don't let perfection become the enemy of good. But you know, people are free to agree. I mean, or disagree. This is the Libertarian Party. We're good at disagreeing.
I am also here to speak in favor for adopting the new platform. I'm going to echo the same statement that no, it's not perfect, and no, the wording will never be perfect. Here's the challenge. We had a group of people that took a whole year to work on this project, took their free time, invested their time, and now we have a group of people sitting in a room that are taking a half hour, 40 minutes to breeze through a year's worth of their work. My challenge to you is, why didn't you take that same year's worth of work to invest if you're unhappy with what the bylaws or the platforms are as well? So the challenge to you is, spend that same time and invest with them to get our platforms and our bylaws into a better cohesive place.
So I want to echo what Bill said at the outset. I think this is a much improved platform. The structure, the restructuring of this will be much more user-friendly, and I think it's something we can build upon in future sessions of this convention. There's no way to it's a mammoth task. I'm so impressed that the team did what they did. And they've inspired me to sort of look at things differently. One thing I'd like us to see more of are, I'd like to see less. I think that we cover too many issues in the platform. I am impressed with the structure in some of the paragraphs that have, we are for this and we are opposed to that. But it's scattered throughout. I think we can build upon that concept in broader areas and not have a phone book list of provisions that we cover. But otherwise, this is so much better.
Charlie? Is anybody speaking against it?
I'm not speaking against it.
Oh, okay.
I'm not necessarily speaking for it either, so I'm just saying. No, but I'd like to make a motion to amend. Page 9, regarding Mr. Rongstad's proposal to strike or their heirs from full restitution to rightful owners or their heirs when property has been unjustly taken through force, fraud, or government action in violation of individual rights, to strike or their heirs, to read full restitution to rightful owners when property has been unjustly taken through force, fraud, or government action in violation of individual rights.
Hold on a second. All right, Eric, do you have that? All right, who seconded it? Carrie seconded it? I know what a VCR is.
It's not live. It must be memorable. This was a problem yesterday. There we go.
Okay.
I think I just have to I have to exit out of view mode.
Oh, you're in view, not in
I didn't realize if you're in view mode, it stays a snapshot.
All right, so we have an amendment and a second on the floor. At this point, we need to, if there is a need for debate, now is the opportunity. Chip.
So I oppose this for two reasons. I'm in favor of this because it's less work. I like that. But I oppose it because I don't think it achieves its objective. Rightful owners, Native Americans would assert that they are the rightful owners of the property that was taken generations ago. So I think that's still an issue. In the more modern context, people can die. And when in a short period of time. So there could be a contested property that was wrongfully taken, and the children of that property owner would not have the opportunity to do so. An interpretation could be that they wouldn't have an opportunity.
Going forward, if you want to speak in the microphone, that way people online can hear you too. So, and just come forward and make a line.
So regarding my amendment proposal, I think at some point the heirs would be the rightful owners. So the rightful owners should cover or their heirs.
In the context of Native Americans,
We're fighting that battle for how long? This is our party platform. It just we're not going to fix the hundreds of years of property being stolen from Native Americans through our party platform. I think rightful owners just it fills the heirs problem.
Okay, I'm in favor of Charlie's proposal. At its most basic level, what do we as libertarians believe? We believe when the government steals property from the rightful owners, it should be given back to them. You don't need to make excuses for how other people might interpret that. That's what we believe. That's what the platform should say. End of story.
Obviously, I seconded this, but I wanted to respond more narrowly to the concern that it would exclude children of somebody who recently died. My reading of this is that it actually requires them to establish a much closer tie than my ancestors a couple thousand years ago, because you have to be able to say, I specifically am the rightful owner of this property that was owned by someone who I can prove existed. And so to me, it makes it a much shorter timeline. So they can't simply say, I am 1/1000th whatever, and my people generally own this land, that's too far removed.
Just speaking quickly, as one of the authors of the proposed platform, I'm good with the amendment.
All right, going once, going twice, closing the floor for debate. This is because it's an amendment, it's 50%, not 2/3. This doesn't actually change the platform, it just changes the proposal. So all in favor say aye. Aye. All opposed? All right, amendment passes. We're either tired and ready to go home, or it was just that easy. Or they make good arguments. All right, so now we're going back to the motion that's on the floor to change the platform as is, but now with the amendment. Yep. So anybody else? No, we weren't going section by section. It was as is. All right, call to question. Does it have a second? Keith seconds. Clinton called the question. Or I'm sorry, Bill did. Keith. Yes. I'm waiting for you to catch up. All right, all in favor say aye. Aye. All opposed? All right, hearing none, call to question motion passes. So now we are voting on the platform change as is with the passed amendment. And 2/3 vote is what we need to make this change. So do we want to just go straight to hands? Maybe we do that. Can I get a couple of people to count? Okay, we'll just try the vote first. All right, so all in favor say aye. Aye. Never mind, all opposed? All right, motion carries unanimously. All right. Anything else that needs to be discussed or talked about? Don't forget the silent auction. Yep, so if you... Why don't we take a 5-minute recess? And kind of, if you want to do that, you have the opportunity now. We have plenty of time, so I'd entertain a motion if somebody wants to make that. Clinton makes the motion, Keith seconds it. All in favor say aye. Aye. All opposed? Motion carries. See you in 5. All right, if everybody wants to go ahead and find their seats. Final announcements are make sure that if you have won something, that you coordinate with Joey to make sure that you can pay, a way to pay for it. And he will tell you how. And then we're going to clean up the room afterwards, help take everything down, put it away, get everything finished. I think Joey and Nick will be in charge of coordinating that. They'll tell you what they need. And then some of those things are obvious, like tables and cleaning up your stuff, that kind of thing. But other than that, thank you for coming to the convention. I really appreciate everybody that showed up. Even though it's a small group, this group has been through a lot. So I really appreciate everybody that's been sticking it out and just keeps coming, regardless of what else is going on. And, dedicated to what our goals are. And I appreciate that. If you haven't signed up to petition and made a pledge, I don't mind looking silly by chasing you down the hall. Just so we're clear. So, anyways, sign up before you leave, please. And then that's it. I don't have anything else. Do you have anything else, Nick? Joey? Eric? No? Yes. Clinton moves to adjourn. I'll let Toby have that one. Toby seconds. Although you almost missed your opportunity. All in favor say aye. All opposed? Hearing none, motion carries.